Asit, thank you so much for joining us at the 22nd Annual Tallgrass Film Festival in Wichita, Kansas. We're very happy to have you here. For the viewing audience who've not had the opportunity to see Paper Flowers yet, what would you like them to know about the film?
Paper Flowers is based on a true inspirational love story of a U.S. Peace Corps volunteer and his high school sweetheart. And this film addresses themes of resilience, gratitude, diversity, and living happily in the face of adversities.
And I'm so glad to have gotten to see the film. I do remember when the Huffington Post piece came out that was written originally with the Thank You Cancer that helped start the movement. How did you get involved with this story and getting it into a feature film?
You can call this as a personal story for me. Shalin Shah, who wrote that article, he is my long-distance relative. I saw him growing up, and he's exactly as old as my son. He was born in 1992. My son was born in 1992. When we were all there to attend his first death anniversary, I saw people from all walks of life coming and sharing that how his story changed their lives. And then finally, when I heard Frances Chan, who was serving U.S. Peace Corps after 1 year, and she joined us through the video conferencing, and then to top it off, at the end, his father came, and his father said, well, Shalin's one of the wish was to spread his story to as many people as possible so that people can get inspired. And I said, well, what can be the better medium to share the story than power of cinema? And that day, I decided to make a film on Shalin Shah.
It's a powerful story, and it's a beautiful story.
Right.
And we need more positivity in the world right now.
Correct.
So I love seeing a resurgence of this coming around, and there's new people that are going to get introduced to it. And I think I think the timing's perfect for this to be coming out with the world the way it is today. I think we need this message of acceptance and kindness and grace and positivity. It's such a powerful message.
Right.
How did you do your casting for this piece?
Casting, I had to I'm thankful of our casting director, Emily Schreiber. She is well known in Hollywood and someone I was following up. And when we decided to greenlight the film, she came aboard and I worked with her. And then we had several options for each character. Then director came into the play, and then we auditioned. Each and every character you saw in the film, they are professional actors, and we auditioned them, and then we chose the best for the role.
And there's some familiar faces in there for, I know there's probably some fans out there of, I don't know, certain red-suited Marvel characters that one of his favorite taxi drivers is in this. I mean, I'm not saying, but I'm saying.
Yeah.
But he's in there. But the cast in this did an amazing job. I felt like I was part of the family with the performance they brought out, with what they did. I'm like, I want to go to the next family dinner and hang out with these people. They're great.
Yeah.
And in the movie, there's scenes where the family comes together, and it is a party. It doesn't matter that the world may not be the best moment in the world, but when the family is together,
Correct.
They're together and they're happy.
Correct.
And that's just a beautiful, powerful thing. I think sometimes people forget how important family really is.
Right.
And so you're sending that message out there as well.
Yeah.
how has the family gotten to see the piece?
When we had our first premiere at Dances with Films, and when family saw with all other relatives of ours, and when they came and they gave us hug and they said that this is one of the best representation we could ever have of Charlene's story, it was so self-satisfying. And actually I felt like I already got an Oscar award when the family, the parents, and then in the following show, Frances Chen, the girlfriend, when she came and she praised the film, we as I said that I felt all the satisfaction in the world from that. So they are totally aboard, and we have 100% support from the family also.
Good. And then they felt respected in the way they were represented in the fictional screen story that is not a documentary, it is a film, but they felt respected in the way they were portrayed.
Exactly. So Charlene's story was there, but then we wanted to show how it affected other characters. So we chose father, mother, girlfriend, friend, all those people. So we took their story and we wrote their arc also. We wanted to share their arc also. And when they saw that, they were very happy.
Well, and it also shows Charlene had this very optimistic outlook, and even when others weren't necessarily agreeing with him or weren't being positive, he didn't lose his positivity.
Right.
And that's something we all could do better to do.
And if you have that sense of gratitude, then whatever happens, the other thing which you expect should have happened, does not bother you that much.
Well, and then you also have an impressive story yourself. You were in Connecticut with your amazing wife. You had children, and you had your own businesses going there. I mean, that was your plan. And if I remember my research, you actually had a Pizza Hut franchise at one time. And that brings us here to Wichita, Kansas, where the first Pizza Hut ever was.
Oh my God. Yeah. You know what? When I was Pizza Hut franchisee in 2008, I was there at that one convention. We always have annual convention. So at that convention, they had invited Dan Carney. And Dan came himself with his family, and then they released a book on the Pizza Hut story. And Pizza Hut started in 1958. That was 2008. So it was their 50th anniversary. And I still have that book right now in my home on my coffee table with that picture. And the front cover of that book is this Pizza Hut right here, which actually I saw it today. This afternoon I visited that Pizza Hut. I'm here in Wichita for the first time, and I had to visit that place. So I went there today before this interview, and I had a couple of pictures taken, and I'm so happy that I did that for 15 years. And for 15 years I used to be a franchisee before I became a filmmaker.
Right, you went back as an adult. Children were starting to branch out on their own. You went back to school to start another adventure.
Right.
What inspired that?
Interestingly, I came in this country to become a filmmaker in 1984, but timing was not right for me that time. I was newcomer, and this industry, is not very easy to get in, and particularly for a new immigrant who has just come, So timing was not right for me. So I did something else. I chosen a safer route, and more than safer route, something which can give me financial independence. So I became a Burger King franchisee actually, and I was a Burger King franchisee, and as soon as I got settled as a Burger King franchisee, I went back to school in San Jose. That was in San Jose, and I had done BA in filmmaking while I was a Burger King franchisee. And that time also I had produced one film, and that film had its own challenges, and I really enjoyed the process of making film, but that film financially did not do well. Okay, it is still on Amazon.
Feel free to plug it.
Amazon Prime. Okay, that film called Zara Si Bhool. It translates to a small mistake, and I would not say that it was a small mistake for me, but my wife does think that it was a mistake to make the film that time. But it is finally on Amazon.com, and you can watch it. It's not the greatest film, I must warn you, but that was my first film. But I lost some money on that because I could not release it. But after that, I completely focused on my business, and I purchased Pizza Hut. That was the time in 1999 I decided to move from San Jose. I moved to Connecticut, and I just focused completely for next 15 years on Pizza Hut. But I always had this long-held dream that when I'm settled, when my kids are out in the colleges, I will go back to California and I'll pursue my old dream of making films. And I'm so humbled by the fact that I could follow my dream. So in 2014, as I mentioned earlier, I moved back and started my producer's journey by attending that course at UCLA, and then Charlene's story came forward, and then since then I'm working on that.
Excellent. And so right now, of course, you're enjoying this film coming out and the experience. You're doing different festivals. What has been your favorite moment for a festival so far?
Favorite moment, I would say today is my favorite moment. Charlene has taught me to live in the moment, and we can talk about the past experiences and what I'm looking forward for it. But today is the most favorite moment because I had in the morning I had a screening here, and I'm telling you the Wichita audience is amazing. They reacted to each line, each dialogue, whatever we have thought about, putting in there. They reacted to each and every of that, and venue was great. So I had that. I had a great Q&A after that, and then after that I went to see this Pizza Hut. And now I'm here. I'm feeling like a king. You are treating me so well and asking me all these lovely questions. So, out of my Pizza Hut circuit right now, this is my best moment, I would say. But the journey started from Dances with Films. That was the world premiere. And then we went to London, then Chicago, Calgary, Richmond, Seattle, and Newport Beach Film Festival. I just came, before coming here, I attended Newport Beach Film Festival. We had a great run there too. I came here. I'm going back, and we have Ojai Film Festival. And then India has invited us. The biggest film festival in South Asia is in Goa, and they have invited our film, and I'm going there with my director in few days, and we will attend that. I'll come back, and then the great news is that we have been invited at Palm Spring International Film Festival, and it's supposed to be one of the top 10 film festivals in the US. And even though they didn't have a world premiere or that, even California premiere for that, they liked the film so much that they have invited us, and they are going to have 4 screening in the first and second week of January 2025.
Oh, fantastic. That's I'm positivity, spreading kindness and gratitude. I'm loving that. You are a film fan, I do believe.
Right.
When you are watching a film, what is your preferred snack option?
Popcorn.
And butter on, butter off.
Butter on.
There we go.
Popcorn and Coke or Pepsi, whatever it is, nothing like that.
It's a classic.
Right.
And movie theaters. You like going with small crowd, big crowd, watch from home?
Of course, These days we have been watching quite a bit of film in home because the home theater system has gotten quite better.
And health concerns.
Yeah, exactly. But there's nothing like watching this film on a big screen with people. As I just mentioned, I was sitting with. I think I watched today. This was my 11th screening, But each time I watch the film with audience, it gives me different feel. Because the reaction, this is all about action and reaction. So we have created action, but how audience is reacting is different everywhere. Some audience will react differently at some lines in one part of the nation or one festival, and then differently at the other places. So again, going back to your question, it's nothing like watching a film on a big screen with a large audience.
I love it. Well, I thank you for being here today.
Yes.
And I'm going to use one quote that's in the movie, and it was just, it hit me right at the right moment, at the right time. It was that paper flowers never die, but paper flowers also never live. For anyone at home that would like to follow you or the journey of this film, what is the best way to do that? Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, websites, anything like that you'd like to share with the viewing audience?
Yes. And please follow us on Paper Flowers Movie on Instagram. It's the same words at Paper Flowers Movie. Also, please go check out our website. We have been putting our screening venues and time at paperflowersmovie.com. We have been regularly updating that, and I must tell you that distribution is very important. And if you can follow us on Instagram, it will help us tremendously, because these days everybody wants to see how many followers do you have, and then they decide. And my only goal for this film is that as many eyeballs as possible should watch this film and get inspired. And Charlene, it was Charlene's wish also. So each time, if we can even make a difference in one life, we'll feel blessed. So that is the whole purpose of this movie. And we would continue our journey, and I will continue focusing on this distribution for next several years until majority of the world has seen my film.